This unit, we will be working on linear functions. So we're going to be looking at lines, and we will start with slope. And I know many of you asked when we're doing it. Well, now we're starting it. So slope is also known as rate of change. So that means it's a ratio that shows how one variable changes with respect to another. So you want to know, how are they changing, okay? And when we look at a graph, this is what we call slope of a line. So you need to know that rate of change and slope are interchangeable, okay? Slope is written as a ratio of the vertical change, which we call the rise, to the horizontal change, which we call the run, between any 2 points on a line. This remains constant in a linear equation. Remember how we said linear equations are straight up and down or across, and it's going up at the same amount every time, so that's why it's constant for any 2 points on the same line. And slope is written as a fraction in simplest form, and the variable for slope we use is m. Okay, so we'll look at equations and be able to tell what the slope is based upon that variable. All right, so types of slope. If we go from left to right, and you see that it is going, remember, left to right, it starts negative and it's ending positive, then that is a positive slope. Now from left to right, if it starts positive and ends negative, that is a negative slope. A flat line is zero slope, not no, you would say zero. The slope is zero, it's not going up or down by any amount. And then straight up and down, we call undefined. And we'll talk a little bit more about those in detail later, but we are just going to now take a look at some graphs, okay? So when graphing, we want to make sure that we look at rise over run. Okay, so you're gonna go up and then you're gonna go over to find the slope. So they gave us 2 points, 1, 2. We're gonna go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we go up 11. Okay, and then we go, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We go up 7. I don't know why I put 11, 7. And then we go over 1, 2, 3, 4. So our slope is 7 over 4. All right, then we look at number 2. 2 points here to here. We go down 1, 2, 3. So I'm gonna go down, that's where I'm gonna write my negative because I'm going down, and I'm going to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, this is almost all done. Remember, we have to simplify it. So negative 3 over 9 is negative 1/3. Because technically, if you look at this number 2, if you go down 1 and over 3, you're also hitting a point. Down 1 over 3. Down 1 over 3. You hit your points. Okay, now remember, slope of a flat line, you just put 0, because it is one straight flat line. When it is a straight up and down, we say it's undefined. You don't even have to think about these. You just need to memorize. Straight up and down is undefined, and flat line is 0. Okay, we're gonna do a couple more. We'll do 5 and 6, and then I will have you do a couple on your own. Okay, so we are now going from this point to this point. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up 5, and over 1, 2, 3. So it's 5 over 3. Okay, Here, we're going to go down 1, 2, 3, so negative 3, and to the right 1 over 1, so that is just negative 3 as your slope. Okay, you can get a whole number of this if you have that as your slope, okay? Number 7, you go up 1, 2, 3, 4, to the right 1, 2, so our slope is 2. Now for 8, we go down 1 over 1 on each of these. So it's negative 1 over 1, okay, which means it's just a negative slope. All right, so I'm going to have you do number 9, number 10, number 11, number 12, and do 16. Okay, on your own to make sure we get all those correct. All right, now flip to the next page. We're gonna also talk about finding slope when we are just given 2 points. And this is just an equation. If you remember the equation, you will be fine. So we have m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. The slope formula is used to find between 2 points. We have 1 point and your second point. It doesn't matter which one's x1, y1, or x2, y2, but what you do have to make sure that you do is you have to make sure that if we label this x1, then this has to be y1. And if we label this y2, then this also has to be, or x2, then this also has to be y2. Okay, so what does this look like? So we write the equation, m, remember m is our slope, equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. That's the equation we're using. So I am going to take my, I'm going to label these x1, y1, and then x2, y2. Okay, so my y2 is 3 minus my y1 is 1 all over my x2 is 4 minus my x1 is 1. So I get 2 over 3, and that's the slope. Okay, let's do another one. So I'm looking at this equation. I don't have to necessarily write it out every time if I'm using the same one, but I do want to label x1, y1, x2, y2. Okay, so y2, negative 2 minus 4. It's always that subtraction. And then 10 minus a negative 2. Remember, if it's a double negative, that's going to change it to a positive. So negative 2 minus 4 is negative 6. 10 plus 2 is 12. That simplifies to negative 1/2. So that's our slope. All right, number 3. We have x1, y1, x2, y2. Negative 5 minus 5 all over negative 8 minus a negative 4. So that will be negative 10 over, make that a plus, negative 4, which simplifies to just 5 over 2. That's your slope there. Okay. We'll do one more like this, and we'll do 5 and 6, and then you will try. So we have x1, y1, x2, y2, 4 minus 0 over negative 2 minus 10. So we get 4 over negative 12, which simplifies to negative 1 over 3. Okay, number 5. We have x1, y1, x2, y2. Okay, and so 9 minus 9 over 3 minus 5. 0 over negative 2. When the zero's in the numerator like this, that means 0 divided by negative 2 is 0. So your slope is 0. Okay, Now, that's different from number 6 because we do x1, y1, x2, y2. 5 minus 8 over -7 minus a -7. Okay, so that's plus 7. I'm going to get -3 over 0. We can never, ever, ever have a 0 in a denominator. That makes this undefined. So that would be a straight up and down line if you think about it. Okay, this would be a flat line, straight up and down line. All right, so why don't you go ahead and do 8, 10, and 12 on your own. And then you'll pick the answer in the video. Finally, and this is the last thing we'll be learning, is sometimes you must complete the ordered pair using a given slope. So if the slope of a line passing through points is -5, 6, and 5y is -4 over 5, find y. This is just us setting up a proportion. So x1, y1, x2, y2. Okay, but this time we're going to get an answer. So my y2 is y minus my y1 is 6 all over my x2, which is 5, minus a -5, okay, equals -4 over 5. So now we have to go and rewrite this by simplifying. So y minus 6 equals -4 over 5 all over 10. Okay. Now to find y, I'm going to cross multiply. So I'm going to get -40 equals, we are going to distribute the 5 into the y minus 6. So 5y minus 6. Now it is just about solving. So I'm going to add 6, okay, and when I add 6, or wait, I didn't multiply the 6. Should be minus 30. So I'm adding 30. Add 30 plus 30. Okay, we're going to get -10 equals 5y. So y is -2. Okay, so we found our missing variable. And if you were to plug this in, you would get -4 over 5. So let's do a couple together, and then I'll have you do a couple on your own. Okay, so next one, slope is 2. So this is going to equal 2. x1, y1, x2, y2. If you label that, you're not going to get them confused. I understand that that can be tedious and you may want to do it, but until you get really good at solving these, please label them. So I'm going to do y2, which is 6, minus a -2, all over x minus a -3. And remember, this 2 is over 1. So I can simplify that to 6 plus 2, which is 8, over x plus 3, which equals 2 over 1. We cross multiply, so here I'll get 2x plus 6 equals 8. I minus 6, 2x equals 2, so x equals 1. And I found my missing variable. 14 equals 3 over 2. x1, y1, x2, y2, -7 minus a -4, all over x minus 0. Okay, so we do -7 minus -4 is really plus. So we're going to get -3 equals, and we're just going to have x at the bottom, 3 over 2. So we get -6 when we cross multiply equals 3x. So x equals -2. Okay, I'll do one more and then I'll let you apply solo. Okay, so 15. X1, Y1, X2, Y2. We have Y2, which is Y, minus a negative 4, all over a negative 5 minus a negative 3 equals negative 9 over 2. Okay, so that is Y plus 4 all over, this will change to a positive, negative 2. Okay, gives us negative 9 over 2. And cross multiply, this will give us 18 equals 2 to the y, 2 to the 4, 2y plus 8. I'm going to subtract that 8. So I get 10 equals 2y. So y equals 5 when I divide by 2. Okay, so I'm going to have you do 2 on your own. Why don't you do both number 16 and 18? And don't forget to complete then the worksheet that is labeled 4-1 finding slopes problem. Okay? All right, come see me in office hours if you have any questions.